Thinking of making a recording. I don't even know what I'm gonna say exactly. I'm fed up, man. I don't know what the fuck to do. I feel so intently that I've got to get out of here, but I don't exactly know where to go. I really feel like I am surrounded by a darkness, like dark forces at work in my life, kind of thing. On a level where, again, it's like I'm not sure what to do. I almost, like, I really feel like this must be something like hell or something, like a hell room, basically. Because everything just seems so completely twisted, upside down, or like good is called evil and evil is called good, and down is up and up is down, and everything's upside down, backwards, and inside out. It just doesn't make sense here, man. I'm tired, man. I'm fucking exhausted by this shit. I keep falling into alcoholism, drinking to try to cope with just this sense of feeling so utterly lost. Feeling like my life here is I don't know. I go out and work to pay the bills, and I just feel like I'm just running on a hamster wheel, getting nowhere, basically. I had the money to where I could have got out of here a couple of years ago, and I stuck around because I didn't want to take off and ditch my sister and my mom's husband. And then the second I run out of money, they ditch me. So now I feel like I'm kind of almost like I'm trapped here. I guess I'm not that trapped. I got DoorDash, I got a car. But it's just, I have to basically leave everything behind and just take off in my car. It's like the only option that I really have anymore. I can't afford to get my stuff out of here. And I like my car, but really if I had to live in a vehicle, I'd rather have like a minivan or a van or something so I could have a bed. I really feel like I'm in some kind of a hell realm, just straight up surrounded by demons. And the unconscious. There's a lot of people that are just basically unconscious, and some people are good too, but I feel like I'm in a world that's almost entirely devoid of love, friendship, kindness, etc. But it's like a rarity. And all the members of my family that I felt actually loved or cared about me are gone now. Basically. And I'm also kind of realizing that, like, people that I used to hang out with, the sort of bad crowd that I fell in with when I was younger, I don't know, I think back and I wonder, like, have I ever had even one true friend in my life? Has anyone? I find myself falling back into, like, drinking and stuff because it's just, I feel so overwhelmed by just, I feel like the world is crazy, you know? It's so dark. I feel like I'm just surrounded by darkness, surrounded by evil. And like there's nowhere I can go to get away from it. Living in a time period where it's so crazy. Things are so backwards, so upside down. Shit, I'm paying almost $900 a month to stay in a place that 20 years ago was fucking $100 a month. You know? All these bills. Paying rent to have a place to store all my, the stuff that I have left is just gathering dust in a storage facility for the last couple of years, last few years or whatever. I don't know how the fuck I'm ever going to be able to have a home, ever be able to get away from just this realm of seems like just intense falsehood, darkness, and it's really gut-wrenching, really heartbreaking. And it's kind of hard not to just fall into alcohol or drugs or something and just be lost. Because when you don't got nobody that cares about you. But that's the most fucked up thing, though, you know? I'm not going to fall into drugs and stuff because there's just this darkness in it, you know? How you could do drugs and find yourself surrounded by people. Not a single damn one of them is a true friend, though. Just users and abusers, man. Backstabbers and users, man. And you can see this shit, you know, being a drunk or something because the alcohol, it wears off, you know. You got more insight than people might realize when you're drinking too. The mask kind of comes off when you're drunk sometimes, and people will show you more who they really are. Because they think you're not going to fucking notice, or you're not going to remember. Or that nobody would believe you anyways, right? I'm not sure what to do. I feel like I need to get out of here. God damn it. I don't know, it's hard not to think this place is some kind of a hell realm or something, you know? Because it sure seems to be populated with a lot of demons. You know, when you're trying to better yourself, when you try to work on yourself, and you try to root out the darker parts of your nature and be rid of them, and try to be a kinder person, try to be a better person, and you quickly find yourself alone. Or just getting used and walked all over. You let it happen. That's generally what happens when I'm drunk, is the wolves come out, show their teeth, and entertained by my foolishness or whatever. So the devil prowleth about like a ravenous lion, seeking whom he may devour. Sober up and start to see things more clearly, and then it's easy to look around and remember why it is you wanted to drink in the first place. Because it gets so lonely. It gets so lonely to a point where you'd rather just get drunk and hang out with total strangers that don't give a fuck about you than continue to just be alone all the time. Surround yourself with fake people. Or just go on being alone forever. Because that's all there is, man. Not entirely, but I mean in large part. I don't know, man. Maybe I was always a weird kid or something, you know? I just got the sense that, like, other people had friends and, like, I was just some fucking third wheel or something. I don't know, man. Hear people talking about gonna find your spirit fam, your soul family, right? Well, where are they, man? I don't know, I run into some people sometimes that are... There's some cool people, don't get me wrong, but I just mean... Well... I don't know, man, maybe I can't be the only person that feels this way, like... The more you look back on your life and you start to think, you know, have I lived my whole life devoid of love? Has the only love that exists been in my heart, not in the hearts of those around me? Have I ever been truly loved? Did anyone ever really fucking care about me? Like, if I was drowning, would anyone jump in to fucking try to save me? You know? if I overdosed or something, would anyone even administer CPR or check to see if I'm okay, or would they just find my bloated corpse months later, or a month later, or whatever, when it begins to stink up the joint? There were times when I was younger, I used to pop pills and drink way heavier than I even do now sometimes, and I get so wasted sometimes I wake up on the fucking floor. Would my own family have even noticed that I wasn't there? How long would it take for them to even check to see if I was alive? I mean, seriously, like, I have this niece, right? And she started experimenting with, drugs and alcohol and stuff when she was younger at some point, right? And I mean, even this dude Garth, right, that my sister was dating, that guy was a, everyday blackout drunk. But what was the difference? The difference was if he got, blacked out or something, he would wake up in the hospital because somebody cared enough about him to try to get him help. Right? And if I was to pass out blackout drunk, well, I'd either wake up on the floor at some point, or I wouldn't. Ain't nobody coming to check to see if I'm okay. Ain't nobody staging a fucking intervention to try to get me into fucking treatment or anything. Because nobody gives a fuck whether I live or die. Basically. It's kind of how it seems. It's how it feels. I remember when I was in my teens and early 20s and stuff, be riding with my dad. My dad would come pick me up in his pickup truck or something, drive me over to his place or something. And I would be so fucking high on pills or whatever that I couldn't even hardly hold a conversation. Did he try to give me any help? Did he stage an intervention? Take me to fucking rehab? Nope. They just lecture me, then insult me, scream at me. You know? And fucking teenage son fucking sitting next to him high as a kite. And neither him nor anybody else ever did a fucking single thing to try to help me get clean. I did that on my own. I quit the fucking pills and the pot smoking, mushrooms and all that shit. And do you think anybody gave a fuck? Do you think anybody said, hey, good? Fuck no, dude. Everybody just tries to get me to smoke more. People keep trying to drag me back into shit. keep trying to get me to get fucking high, or, you know, they want me to pop pills and smoke a bunch of weed and buy mushrooms and whatever the fuck, right? I mean, of course I should cut the fucking drinking out, but... Well, I'll be honest, alcohol can fuck your life up, but it's not the same as, like, the drugs and shit like that. Pill popping and fucking pot smoking and all that shit. There's a fucking serious darkness that sticks with you from that other shit. And I can even remember it from within myself, man. It's like there's demons attached to that shit, you know? And demons can fuck around and, like, mess with you when you're drinking, when you're drunk sometimes, maybe. But not for long. That other shit changes you, man. Darkens your soul. More of a long-term sort of basis, man. Fucking potheads and pill poppers and shit. They sit around with fucking all kinds of dark fantasies, murderous intentions, and, you know, because they got something dark living in their fucking head. I gotta cut the fucking drinking out. But it's scary, man, because, like, the world I'm living in is this is a fucking dark place, a wicked place, an evil place. Like, this place is really fucking messed up. We're basically, like, surrounded by fucking demonic influence and shit everywhere. This place is evil as shit. It is, man. It just fucking is. And when you recognize this and you try to do better yourself and you try not to be a party to the darkness that's going on around us, you just find yourself alone, isolated and surrounded by people that fucking hate you. People that are down in the dumps, they want to drag you down with them. They don't want you to elevate. They don't want you to fucking get better. They don't want good things for you. As soon as I ran out of my, inheritance from my mom, and I started working to pay my own bills, everybody, all my family just fucking basically abandoned me. I didn't get no fucking calls from anyone saying happy birthday when I turned 40, or I've been in this apartment for almost a fucking year. None of my family has even fucking visited me. Only people that ever visit me or call me up are trying to fucking, drag me further into darkness or something. Trying to get me to fucking do drugs or... I mean, I don't think alcohol's doing me any fucking favors, but... You know that Nina Simone song? God damn the pusher. Right? But I never did touch nothing that my spirit couldn't kill. Right? Yeah. So that's why the alcohol, it sure as heck isn't good. But it's not as bad as other stuff. In my experience. I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you, I could probably be more successful in terms of the metric of success of appearing to have friendships and relationships in my life, of being more liked by people and stuff like that, or appearing to be. But it's fucking fake. That's the thing. You get fucking high, pop pills, smoke a bunch of weed. Yeah, you'll have lots of friends. Not a motherfucking one of them is real. Not a one of them gives a shit about you. You just find yourself surrounded by fake people, fake friends, fake... But I don't know, man. And you can find yourself becoming one of these fucking fake people, I feel like we live in a world of fake people, basically. Where it's like you have to fucking be fake to get along in society, to have relationships, friendship, some illusion of love in your life. You gotta be fake as shit because the whole fucking world is fake as shit, you know? We live in a fake world full of fake people, leading fake lives, playing character roles. All the world is a stage and we are merely actors, you know? And if you're real, nobody wants anything to fucking do with you. No, I mean, think about it, man. You walk into a store or whatever the fuck, you run into somebody, say, hey, how you doing? What do you say? Oh, pretty good, right? Oh, fine, right? Even if it's bullshit. Because people don't want the truth. They don't want real shit interrupting their fake shit. You know? They might actually have to be human. Live our whole fucking lives just trying to bury our emotions. Everything that's real about us. So we can get along. Go along to get along in the fake world. Gotta be fucking high or drunk or some shit to find any fucking peace for a moment, to find a moment's peace or to have fun in this world. For the most part, because or you just gotta get the fuck away from it, you know? I mean, to have any, like, joy or happiness in this world, like, I gotta get the fuck away from all this shit. Get out in nature. And I never want to leave, man. I just want to go walk out in the fucking forest and fucking stay there. Because this shit, this false world that we live in it's a fucking nightmare. It's ugly. Dark and cold. Fucking callous people devoid of feeling, devoid of thought. Fucking straight up cold-blooded, man. I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of chasing the fucking paper to pay the bills to live someplace I don't want to fucking be. To be. But I wouldn't give for just one Just to have one fucking person, or a group of people that actually fucking care. I don't know, man. I ought to get a freaking pet or something. Emotional support animal. You know, the truth of the matter is, I'm living a life that I feel so unfulfilling and so fucking devoid of